To make the silver septum, you will need a mandrel, some silver wire, I think that's 0.8, some sterling silver wire, some tin snips, or a hacksaw if you have that, and I'm using 28 gauge silver wire to bind my silver together. You can, if you want, solder it, but I just have this table to work with and I don't have my blowtorch here. Unless you're going to anneal it, it's going to be hard to work with. So I'm not going to, you know, do all the curly whirly spirals on it. I'm just going to do one or two because it is very tough. So first of all, I'm going to wrap it around the sort of the gauge I want, which will probably be about that. And then cross it over like before. It's perfect. And then if you can see there, that's kind of where you want to cut it off. You can use your silver hacksaw if you have one handy, but at this kind of thickness, tin snips will do the trick, as you just saw. So you have this. Now open it a little bit like that, and then get your round nose pliers and then grab the end just like we did before. Just twist it. You only really need to do this, I think, once. You can do more, but then it can get really bulky and quite crowded in your nostril. And then on this side, do the same kind of thing. Then with these flat nose pliers, I'm just going to squeeze those tight and flat. This has become quite out of shape, as you can see, but that's alright. So, like my other rule of thumb with the previous one, I don't like them sitting, you know, against your nostril like that. I think it's nicer to have the flat against your nostril, or the septum, sorry. So yeah, we're just gonna twist it like that. It's very disfigured at the moment, but that's okay. So I'm putting it back in the mandrel. And these. Just get a nice squeeze. It's round again. Then you can see do the little bend up that I did in the previous couple one. So it's that nice kind of horseshoe shape. That a little bit more. Also, you know, each nose is different, so you will squeeze or open more. But that's the kind of shape we wanted. That one, just before we add the pearl silver balls, or the pearl wire, shall I say. For the pearl wire, you're just going to sort of shadow, you know, the main piece. It's just got a rough sort of idea. I think that's plenty. If you just sort of, you know, have a guesstimate. You can of course rule it or do whatever you want, but I just want it sort of hanging out more at the bottom than all the way. So I'm just going to snip that back to the trusty mandrel. Now, because of this, because it's so short, I'm not really able to, I don't have the strength in my flesh and fingers to do that. These are called half round nose pliers, and they'll sort of, because they've got, you know, one side's slightly domed, you can just like bend it, as you can see, which is really helpful. And then to use some other pliers to bend it. And that's like a lot more than I could have done with my fingers. And then with this, sort of get it in there. And have it kind of go there. So you want it always to hang on the outside, not sitting in front. This is still too tight. It's not going to sit below. So I need to open this one a bit more. If you do anneal this, it would be much easier to work with. If you don't know what anneal is, it's just heating the silver until it goes a gold color, which pretty much just softens all the elements in the silver, so it's easier to work with. But I haven't done that. I'm trying to be Superman. Alright, I'm going to work back and forth with this. Okay, so I'm now stretching it by sliding it down the first part of the mandrel. And that should hopefully be much better. Okay, we're almost there. So, now, my silver wire, don't need much of that. And like before, we're just going to have an anchor. So, holding the wire. With this wire, you can't really open it to get easier. So you're going to just work around it. And then you place it where you want it. Sometimes to get a snug fit, I'll get my flat nose pliers and just sort of squeeze it. That sort of stretches everything open just a little bit. So now, I'll move that stuff so you can see. I'm going to circle each silver pearl. Just do 2 wraps around that last one. You can see that. And then, like with the other one I did, I reef it back under. It's nice and snug and tight. And then if you look closely, it's quite neat. There's a bit of wire I need to cut before you see that, but yeah. It's a neat little finish. So I'll do one more. You can even, you know, wire it all the way up and make it part of the feature, but I don't have enough wire on the other side to do that, so I'll do that next time. Alright, so it's a little bit, can you see it's a little bit wonky there? So I'm just gonna squeeze, and everything has just lined up perfectly. Alright, I'll just trim these. Remember, always just cut flush on the outside, and then of course you can always, with your pliers, if you feel like there's a little catchy bit, just neaten that. And with this one, so that's your finished product. Now I'll put it in my nose and you guys can see. Alright, finished product right there. Took like 3 minutes. Guys, I strongly suggest you try to make your own septums because they're so much fun and you can put so much personality into them. So this one I really like. And I made it myself. Alright, let me know what you think. Leave some comments below. Anything you'd like me to make. I'd be more than happy to help you. Thanks for watching my first YouTube video. And I will see you guys soon.